For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Oh man. Yo, what's going on? DVP slacking, boy. Where you at, DVP, man? Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I can't get my background working, so I'm gonna be popping in and out until I get this background right. But anyway, y'all, today is the 4th of I don't know what month this is. The 4th of February, 2026. Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm just gonna jump in here with Mark and Mo real quick because I need to figure out what's up with my background. Y'all don't need to see my mismatched curtains in my office. Hey man, you know what? I don't even care. Ain't it? It's been like a crazy time. Hold on, before we start, Mo, you know you my guy, right?
Uh-oh, that don't
This ain't
sound good.
this ain't no trick. You know you my guy, right?
That don't sound good, but
That's
go
a
ahead,
trick,
man.
Mo.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Mo, if you ever invite me to a party and you don't show up, it gonna be hell to pay, Mo.
What the hell are we talking about?
Mo, if you ever invite me to a party and you don't show up at the party you invite me to, Mo, it's gonna be a problem.
This about you, Mark? This about
I ain't
you,
we
Mark?
don't call no name, Mo. I'm just saying,
I did bad.
Mo, if you invite me to a party and you don't show up, Mo, I ain't heard from you until I don't know, like today, like 30 seconds ago. They're gonna be a problem, Mo.
Hey,
Yeah, that
you know
was
what?
terrible.
I would expect that to be the case, though. You know what I'm saying? Who I am, I expect that to be the case.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This one, and I said last year I was gonna get me some more Caucasian friends. Because when they don't show up, you know what I'm saying? At least they take you out somewhere and get you drunk and let you spend the night at their house while you recuperate. When you got colored friends, they don't have that same level of respect for the friendship.
Yeah, he might be right about that one.
Color friends just show up the next day like didn't shit happen. You know, like
hey, wait, I was hoping he'd say, "Hey man, I'm on the way."
Hey, that's
for
just,
what? So you can say I ain't coming?
No,
you know what?
I'd have came.
You know what? We got to put that on the schedule, man. Friendship etiquette, because I'm gonna tell you right now.
I got to work and completely forgot.
No. If you invite somebody to a party and I text you and say I'm on the way, why would you text me back and say, "Oh, I ain't coming"? You invited me.
No,
if you can't make it,
I'm on the way.
Excuse me, I'm talking to Mo right now. So Mo, if you can't make it, ain't it your responsibility to say, "Yo, D ain't gonna be able to make it to the party"? Ain't that your responsibility since you the invitee?
Hey, look, I can't speak for everybody. I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I would text you back. Yeah, be like, "Hey, bro, I ain't gonna be able to make it." You know
what I'm saying?
Sorry about that.
Mo, see, he ain't telling the whole story.
Okay, which part of the story?
The whole story.
You didn't show up.
The whole story.
I was there.
The whole story was, "Hey man, I don't know if I'm coming." I said, "Okay, all right." So I was like, "Well, he old. He may not be there."
Oh, okay. That's a little different now.
So yesterday, I got caught up working and I just forgot all about it.
But who old?
Huh?
Who old?
You old. I just got to working and completely forgot about
it. Can y'all see that? Do I need to blow it up for y'all? See, it's the line right there. It says, "I will be attending." It don't say I might be attending. It says, "I will be attending." Excuse me, I'm talking to Mo right now. We're
trying to figure out where you say you were coming.
I didn't. But this ain't about me. This is about you.
Did you respond? Did you even respond?
Mo, when you send somebody, "I'm on my way to work," do they have to respond? It's a statement. There's no question mark in there. It don't even say you are invited. It don't even say that. Let me just read this to y'all for those of y'all that can't see it on the screen. It says, "Bojack having his men's talk event next Tuesday, 6 p.m. I will be attending." Then he says the address. That ain't the worst part. The worst part is he sent it again. So what is there for me to do? He sent it twice and still didn't show up.
Yeah, to make sure you got the address, man. He cared.
He never responded, so I ain't think he got it.
Mo, you having a party at your house and say, "Hey, I'm having a party," they either show up or they don't, right?
You should have RSVP. It's 2026.
There was no RSVP.
You should have.
But you know what it's like to go somewhere and don't nobody know you because the person that invited you, who was going to introduce you, ain't even now. Ain't even now.
Oh my goodness.
You ain't find that to be weird. You ain't be like, "Hey man, I got here." I apologize. I see that next Tuesday.
Oh, you think I'm gonna do this again after you?
See, you not doing it for me.
Bojack didn't invite me, so who was I doing it for?
For the men in there who lives you could be impacting.
Who invited me?
Who invited you?
Look,
I ain't getting in all this, but I
gave you the invite. Yes, I invited you.
That was the question. Sir, Judge, can you ask the witness to stick to the questions? It's a yes or a no. It's a yes or a no.
Look,
Mark, did you invite DVP to this thing?
I did.
Mark, did you show up?
I did not.
Did you say, "Hey, I ain't gonna make it"?
I did not.
Okay, that's it. Your Honor, he can leave the stand up. Next witness.
At what point was I supposed to know you were going?
Your Honor, the witness is being unresponsive. He was not asking any more questions. There's nothing for him to respond to, Judge. Can you tell him to get out?
I have the right to question my accuser.
No. You on the witness stand. You ain't got the right to do nothing but answer questions.
Well, I'm gonna come down. I'll be witness stand because I need to put you up there.
Right, so then go back to the galley. What's up, Shay? So anyway,
Shay, if you invite somebody somewhere and they never tell you they going, is it your responsibility to check with them and see if they
don't do
there?
that. If you invite somebody to a party, ain't it your responsibility to make sure you there? If they do show up, you ain't already invite them. And let me quote. I ain't gonna paraphrase. I will be attending. Mo, it didn't say I might. Mo, it didn't say I'm gonna try to make it. It says, Shay, listen to this.
Confirmation needed.
Shay, I'm talking to Shay now. It says Bojack having his men's talk event next Tuesday at 6 p.m. I will be attending. What is that for me to confirm? First of all, I wasn't invited, Shay. So I was invited by one of the hosts who shall remain nameless. No, the host. No, Mark said he will be attending. He sent it to me.
I said I will be attending.
Excuse me, I'm talking to Shay now. So I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it, Shay, so I didn't come in. So, but when I did get there, and I got there early because I was hoping that somebody who invited me was going to be there to introduce me to people. I sat there for, Mark, you're wrong. I sat there for 30 minutes. There was a little white lady who came out and spoke to me. There were 2 ladies who spoke to me. But no Mark, because I'm like,
Hey, DVP, man, listen, you got to take that one on the chin, but let me ask you a question, man. Did you do something for the boys? Were you able to, do something good for the boys?
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mo, me and you, we showed up and showed out, Mo. We showed up and showed out.
All right.
So, with that.
Hold on. Now, Shay, if I invited him, yes. Not one time did he say, I'm coming. So, at this point, I ain't expect him to be there because if I did, I would have reached out to him.
Okay.
So when you decided to come, you should have been like, "Hey, Mark, I'm gonna come through. What time you gonna get there so we can do a proper introduction?"
Mo and Shay, I want y'all to listen to this text again and tell me where y'all hear invite. Bojack having his men's talk event next Tuesday at 6 p.m. I will be attending. Then there's the address. That is it. Then he repeats the same message. So did either one of y'all hear an invite? There was no invite. There was none. So there was nothing for me to respond to. Nothing.
Oh, man.
So if there was no invite, why you go? You weren't invited.
If you said you would be attending, why you lie?
You just showed up.
And showed out. But you said you would be attending, so why you lie?
I didn't lie.
See, the first topic of this show. The first topic, Mo, in this world of world, there's a lot of things that we have no control over. But the something you got absolute control over, absolute, is what, Mo? You have any clue what you got absolute control over?
Communication, how you communicate.
You got absolute control over your word. When you say you're going to do something, you should do what you say. And if you can't, you should say, hey, I'm going to be able to do it. Because if I say, hey, Mo, you're going to be able to do the show Tuesday, and you say, yeah, then I shouldn't have to worry about nothing else unless you tell me you ain't going to do the show. But when I show up Tuesday, I expect to see you because you've already confirmed, yes?
Right. Absolutely.
So you can, because when I asked you before, hey, Mo, can you do some show? What you tell me? You say, hey, I don't want to do a show by myself. Is that not what you told me?
I did.
So if I ain't got nobody who can do it with you, I don't say nothing until you do it.
Nope.
Because you done already told me. I say, Mark, can you put your hand down? You're not in class.
We got a question in the galley.
Okay, the galley is being ignored right now. Hold on. Let me be.
I'm gonna take you out, man.
Hey, yeah, let me be disrespectful. So when we doing this, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I'm agitated. Not with Mark, but I'm agitated with another black man about his word. He said he was gonna do something, he ain't do it.
Oh, yeah, that's heavy.
So Mark made it worse because I'm a firm believer in speak your mind. If you can't do something, like I say, Mo, when you said you couldn't do it, I ain't nothing else I can say. I want to try to strong arm you or make you feel bad about it. None of that stuff. You said you didn't want to do it by yourself. I was done with the conversation.
And so, DVP, to your point, man, I said I didn't want to do it because I didn't believe I could follow through on the commitment, and that's important. That's important to me.
But I didn't even ask you why. Once you said you couldn't, I was done with that. Because now I know if I can't find nobody to do it with you, so I said, let me get some other people so it ain't on one person, just in case. So, hey, Sharonda, come on back over here. We'll know what you're doing.
Hey.
So I brought a little femininity to the thing because sometimes y'all don't act right. So I'm hoping.
What do you mean
not
sometimes?
Too much. Because Sharonda's a little unmedicated sometimes. But we gotta love her anyway. Sharonda, when I tell a lie, I want you to correct me, just like with Mark. When I tell a lie, then say, hey, you lying. Sharonda, you're unmedicated? Exactly. So when
sit down on this.
Yeah, go on, sit down. So when somebody gives you their word, you expect them to do what they say they're gonna do. And if they can't, they should call you and tell you. So y'all know I work for this company, right? So I talked to another manager. We have an employee. I put the employee on the schedule. The other manager says, hey man, I really need this employee. I said, well, I gave her Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. He said, man, I really need her. He said, well, can you just have you can keep on Thursday and Saturday. I need on Friday. I said, cool. This was last week. Now, me and him had a conversation. This ain't a text. Y'all know how much I hate talking to people. We talked on the blue phone. So I look at the schedule for this week because said employee is supposed to work for me tomorrow. But she calls me yesterday and she said, hey, did you talk to the other manager? He switched my days and he said, I'm going to be working Wednesday and Thursday. But I'm supposed to be working Thursday for you. So I'm like, but he said he going to call you. So it's 6 o'clock. I have not heard from said manager yet. Now we negotiated. I can have a Thursday and Friday. He was going to keep it for Friday and Saturday. I ain't heard from this dude yet. So I called our boss and said, hey, we're supposed to have a meeting in a couple of weeks. We're not gonna have this meeting because you know how I feel when people disrespect me. When you tell me you're gonna do something and you don't do it, and somebody else gotta call me, and we talking 36 hours later, and I still ain't got a phone call or a text saying I need to use said employee. Cause now I feel like you're playing. Cause my phones work and I keep them with me. I ain't got nothing. And then Mark come with his BS. So I'm just like, when does your word count for something? Oh, Mark back on the screen now. So he can go ahead and defend yourself so you can put your hand down. As a matter of fact, I ain't. Sharonda,
it ain't even about defending.
No, Sharonda, since you new to the show,
can I talk?
Sharonda, since you new to the show, Sharonda, we're gonna let you speak first. We're gonna do the Southern gentleman thing. We're gonna let the lady go first. Welcome to the show, Sharonda.
Thanks for having me. I'm here. Ain't gonna be here long. I got a flight to catch, y'all.
See, she on the run too, but that's okay. I like having fugitives on the show. We got one who running from the people and one who steal cars doing the show. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all won't get this on no other show where y'all got two active felons in the middle of felonying. And
no, this is not funny, okay? Because sidebar, that's why I almost couldn't get into Canada last week. So,
because you're a felon?
No.
So why you almost didn't get into Canada? Okay, yeah, we'll hold that for we'll
talk about that later.
The less I know, the better. You're right. You're right. Say men communicate terribly, but Sharonda, when you give your word,
I mean, I am not the best communicator either. Like I feel as though, I mean, if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it, but then sometimes I might change my mind. Like, so I don't say I'm gonna do it at all because I don't want to be held to that.
But if you say you're gonna do something and you tell somebody else knowing that they might show up, shouldn't you let them know that you ain't coming? I ain't say, are you gonna do it? I say, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? I see how y'all doing.
That was a long pause, man. That was a long pause.
Oh, I mean, what type of is it a party? Is it a
No, it was more of a conference with men so we could discuss ways to make our communities better.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it ain't just
Yeah.
a party. It's you know, we supposed to be trying to make the situation better.
Hey, Mark, you
Yes,
been called for a
yes.
sidebar. You've been called for a sidebar, Mark.
He can talk to you. I'm not talking to him either. I don't.
All I
What you
can
want,
say,
Mark?
He got it.
but what I want to say is, it ain't about defending myself. I actually want to apologize to you because you are right. I did say I was going to attend, and I didn't. So you are
Yeah, that was
correct
wrong.
in that aspect.
Ooh.
It is. My reason for not
Yeah.
communicating with you is because I truly just forgot about the event. And
But you
I
called me
never
an old
got,
man.
but I never got true confirmation that you were coming, so I didn't think about even reaching out to you either because, like I said, just completely forgot my mind. So I do apologize because I am wrong for not communicating with you about me not being there.
So 2 shots of tequila and 3 table dances.
Who? For who?
For the one that was wrong. I'm the victim in this.
Oh, okay. You gotta
Well,
pay.
damn.
You gotta pay, Mark. You know how much that gonna cost? 2 shots of tequila in the table dance? You about
I'm already
$500.
2 shots in.
No, for me, not for you.
Talking about you gotta buy it for him. $500, baby.
I got you. I got you. Next
$5
Tuesday.
dances don't went
Next
up.
Tuesday.
You been somewhere.
I said 500. 500.
Oh no. No. 500.
No, the dance
500 at no club.
We're going to pin-ups.
No, we're not.
No.
How you gonna get a dance and a drink for $5, man?
That's when you sneak your own drink in.
I ain't paying
But
for
I don't
one
do that.
dance and 2 drinks. We do a double shot.
Baby, a dance is $10 for 2 minutes of a song.
This magic city, but we go to hood club. We don't do gentlemen's club.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
we're not
that.
that upscale.
Hey,
We stay in our lane.
So you make it rain.
I go to places where you want.
Industrial.
No, they close. But I go to places where you wear sneakers just in case you got to run. You know what I'm saying? I like clubs that might get raided.
Oh, that's the club you can make it rain with nickels and dimes.
Oh no! Now, hey, they'll stab you in them clubs. They'll
No,
stab you in clubs. You think I
ain't no, that ain't in Atlanta. No. Okay, I'm not going to a club with y'all.
We had an interesting subject there, and since I got Sharonda here, I want to use Sharonda. And the subject came up, and we kind of ventured. It went to politics, but for me, it was about Black women. And I did the thing before, and I did it on my page, and I did it in several groups. And I asked, and I was specifically targeting Black women. Do you feel more safe walking through a crowd of Black men or a crowd of cops?
Damn.
Black men.
Okay. And see, that was like 1 in 9.
But if there are cops that are all Black men there.
Well, the cops is there. But most women say they didn't feel comfortable walking through a group of Black men. And
why?
That's an indictment on us that we don't make women feel safe and comfortable because they're gonna get the cat call, they're gonna feel some type of disrespect, they're gonna get this, they're gonna get that. And I was telling the guys, we can't keep assuming things because of who we are. We got to listen to what women are saying about us and react to that, because we can sit here and all of us say, oh, not me, not me, not me. And I know women who will say, oh yeah, D, if you're around, I'm gonna come with you because I know you're gonna protect women. But everybody ain't got that same
so
thing.
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in that comment. Okay. And I can't cuss on here, can I? I don't honestly think women know what they want. Because if a woman goes to a club or wherever and it's a bunch of men and they don't talk to her, they don't holler at her, they're going to be like, well, damn, were you gay or something? Or you don't like women? So it's like, damn, you do. Damn, you don't. Like, I don't think women really know what they want.
And we ain't talking about, we just talking about where they feel safer at. And that's why I say, which one do you feel safer going to? Because I saw it somewhere else. Because I never understood that Black man or the bear thing. That's stupid if you pick the bear.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid.
But when I kept hearing women say they didn't feel safe around Black men, I need to know why. Because we act like we don't want to hear that. And for us, it ain't the same. So we need to know why women feel like that. And I was like, dude, we can't keep dismissing them because
I don't feel that way.
And this is where Jasmine Crockett came up.
Jasmine Crockett is a crock of shit, so I wouldn't listen to shit she say anyway. But still,
but she the only one stand up. Hakeem Jeffries don't say nothing. The dude, all the black men don't say nothing. They just sit there. And they play with themselves. And we can go back to Harriet Tubman. When Harriet Tubman led the revolution, where was her husband? He decided he didn't want to try. He didn't want to risk nothing. So when women are giving us their stories of why they don't feel supported by us, we can't simply dismiss it. Because at the thing, your boy said the biggest problem he has is getting black women to support his program. And I asked him why. And he went on a little tirade. And I said, but you know what you just did like 10 minutes ago? You call black women females. Why they can't be women? Because you don't call men males, but you specifically said these females. Then you start talking about black men. I said, so why you didn't call the females women or ladies? I said, see, it's little subconscious things we do to disrespect them that they pay attention to. I said, because I don't like when we refer to women as females. They're not females. They're women. They're ladies. So we will do things subconsciously, and then we want them to stand behind us. And it's like, he's like, you're right, I won't do it again. I said, but you've been doing it. I said, and you get mad at them for the way they perceive that. Like, we'll get upset about something. And so at some point, we got to discuss this, but we got to listen to their side. If they say something we don't like, we can't get mad about it or take it personal. When Sharonda give her experiences, these are her experiences. When Shay give her experiences, these are her experiences. We got to listen and learn. And where I may not do it, Mark, you may not do it, Robert may not do it, Mo may not do it. But what about the guys that we're not around? So when guys around us, they may do it. Sharonda telling us what's happening. Remember when I did the show about sexual predators and all these girls who say they got hit on at 13, 14, 15, saying the guys that hit on them were friends of their brothers, friends of their father, friends of their uncle. They didn't do it in front of them, but that's how they got access to them. See, we can't ignore those things. We can't ignore those things that keep talking about, oh, don't nobody I know do it. We're not around when it happened. And these women are telling us this. We got to pay that attention if we want to make this situation better. That's all I'm saying. So we got to listen. And whether we like it or not, we got to hear what their experiences are. Go ahead, Sharonda. You rocking your head.
I agree. I agree with you.
So I was going to say...
I agree with some of the stuff you...
Let me say this, Mark.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well, here's one of the things. The black male community on a whole has a bad reputation, and deservedly or not. It's not for me to judge. Y'all make your own decision on it. But as a community, we got a bad reputation. I'm not saying all black men are bad, but for black women, we got a bad reputation. There's a lot of reasons why too. I don't even need to go down the list, but we know a lot of them. And until that's changed, look at talking bad about you in a song, letting things happen to you in public and not coming to your defense. I could go off and I could write a damn book on why we got a bad reputation for black women. And based on that, those are my books.
We'll write a book.
Yeah, those are my books. I could write a book though on why we got bad reputation for black women. And based on that, black women, they take that in. They are embodying that, right? So they know that, the question, let's flip your question, DVP. I guarantee if we bring 10, like you said, we bring 10 black women up here on this show and we say, do you feel safe around black women, black men? I love to know the percentage of the answer. If we get 1 or 2, I'll be surprised. If we get 2, more than 2, I'll be surprised. I'm gonna leave it there.
Well, you know what, gentlemen, you know what? How about next week I do it and I'm gonna tag all y'all. I'm gonna tag y'all so to go on y'all page, then we can revisit the results.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Where we can see it.
Okay.
When Sharonda she come back, we'll put. Hey, let's put it on the page and ask them why they pick who they pick. Because like I said, we got to know why. We can't keep defending things that we don't know.
But here's my take on the DVP. In this day and age, everybody's not a hero like you. I'm just gonna be honest. Every man ain't out here with these women that say they need this certain type of protection.
Well, I gotta be a hero.
I, for one, I'm gonna protect those that's close to me. Because that's just in you. Now me, and I'm gonna be honest, if I'm at the gas station and I see a dude beating a chick up at the gas station, my protection, I'm gonna be calling the police. I'm
And
not
that's what I
jumping
would
in it.
recommend.
I'm not saying, hey, stop. That's the only protection I'm gonna give. That's all.
But that's what I would recommend. I
Um,
won't recommend the average person breaking it up. We had that conversation. I would do it because I got a few extra things behind me, but I would not tell an average person to get into the middle of a fight. It's reckless. Unless you know the people and you know they know you, I would tell you, call 911. See, your friend said he would jump into it. And he asked the guy, talking about, well, what if the woman died? And I was like, well, what if he get killed? You can't do the what if thing. But asking somebody to do something that is not inherently natural to them, it wasn't, hell, I've had jobs where it was my job to do it. So yeah, it became second nature. But if it ain't what you do, the best thing you can do is call 911. All I want you to do, I don't want you to go live.
So for us normal people, men, but for us normal men,
Robert on here, so we can't use normal men.
That's black men ain't protecting
I'm
us.
saying, what's a normal man?
Hey, but Mark, hold on. Here's the thing, Mark. Mark, you went right to protection. That's one piece of it. But another piece is respect, right? So what is the respect component of how we treat black women, right? There's a protection component for sure, like you mentioned, right? Hey, I probably wouldn't, based on circumstances, I probably wouldn't do it either. You know what I'm saying? I got a family, so I'm not trying to get myself taken out for just, a particular thing. But like DVP said, he's geared for that. He's suited for that. I'm not. But in terms of respect, I'm respecting black women. You ain't gonna make me disrespect a black woman. It's not happening. So there's two things: protection and respect.
Well, I think you're not going to know how you're going to react in a situation until you in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You can say you ain't going to do something, you're going to do something. Until you in that situation, you faced with a situation with a black woman being disrespected. You're going to have to, it's something in you that you was born with already that's, going to spring you into action. You know what I'm saying? If not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. You're 100% right. But what I'm talking about is from experience. I've actually been in those situations, didn't know how to react, and unfortunately, I didn't do anything. I just froze up, and then I went to talk to people to try to understand why that happened, and they explained it to me. So it's from experience, not from if I know I'm going to get if I think in the future I'm going to be in that situation. It's from experience and what I learned over time. Just FYI.
So I'm just coming in, y'all. So, what's the main topic? What this whole thing is about?
What
and how y'all doing anyway?
Hey,
I wasn't introduced to the stage. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad to see you.
Some shows you come on, they don't introduce you. You just got to jump
Robert,
in. You know what I mean?
Your intro is set to come on at 7:45 when you normally show up. It ain't set to come on this early because you ain't normally with us this early. Sharonda, you had your hand up. We're gonna ignore Robert. What you got, darling?
So here's my take. I believe as soon as we stop treating one another as a monolith, it all come together. Because let's be honest, are all people, black, white, whatever color you are, male, female, do they need protection? Are they, I don't want to say worthy, but is it your job to protect certain people? So you handle people accordingly because we're not all the same. All black men are not the same. Some black men can, yes, physically protect you, can physically keep you safe, but can they keep your heart safe? Are they emotionally safe? So you got to look at all of those things.
So can I comment on? Yeah, that's a good point, Sharonda. Because let me comment on this. There was a circumstance where, you don't know people's history, right? Couple probably been together 10 years, fighting every damn day, killing, stabbing people. I've seen a relationship like this. That's why I'm bringing it up, right? And then next day they're on the couch, hugged up, lovey, right? So you decide you're going to just jump in and protect this woman, get yourself hurt, and then the next day they're back on the couch with the husband or boyfriend or whatever, chilling. Now, what did you do it for? I seen it. So that's why I'm talking about it. But that's a good point you got there.
And there's a reason that cops hate domestics. That's why I wouldn't recommend the average guy jumping in. Call 911. I just hate it when I see videos with guys doing a commentary and ain't nobody calling 911. They just sitting there filming it. That's when I got an issue. Because if you ain't gonna do that, I mean, what's your purpose? So
you're an instigator at this point.
So what you're a fan right now, because that's all you okay with her getting jumped on and you filmed it. Because now you're doing it for social media. Oh, look at what happened. And oh, she probably did something to deserve it. So now you judge and jury. And Robert, part of what we're talking about is trying to get rid of the divide between men and women, where men will say they don't do something and we never listen to the woman's point of view. And we got to understand why they are like they are. Even the ones that love us and adore us can still tell you what some of our issues are. And we'll take it personal. We'll be like, not me. Or we'll be like, not my guys. But you don't know what your guys will do when you're not around. You know what they do when you're around. I say, you missed the show. Like I said, when the women who were saying they were hit on by grown men or older men or whatever, every one of them said it was from somebody who was in the circle of their male friends, whether it was their cousin, brother, uncle, whatever. The guy that was hitting on them was friends with somebody else who had already gave them access. So that's how come a lot of them stayed silent, because you don't want to tell me my friend was doing this. So you don't want, because you're like, oh, that's his friend. But my friend wouldn't do that. But the women are saying something totally different, and we keep ignoring that. And then when they veer away, we don't understand why they don't want to support us sometimes. But it's like with anything else. When they tell us something, if we make them be the victims, then they don't want to talk no more. So we got to figure out how we can make them feel better about themselves. Even if we don't agree with what they're saying, we can't make them feel like everybody else come before them. You know,
not feel better about themselves, but feel safe and able to rest in that matriarchy, that femininity, that
right.
Because we already feel good about ourselves, and y'all ain't got nothing to do with that.
Well,
I guess
that's when you ask us. All y'all don't feel good about yourself, and you know that. But that's a whole other story.
Because we're not a monolith. Once again, everybody's not the same, so
right.
you can't handle everybody the same.
But that's why we don't deal with it. It ain't me. We got to talk about the groups, and because I say I can sit back every time somebody says something, I can say, "Oh, all men ain't like that," because it ain't me. But when most people talk, they're not talking about you. They're talking about their experiences. So
the general statement.
If a woman have a great time with me, but she have, let's just say she go out with the 5 of us. If she have a great time with me, but a bad time with the rest of y'all, then she can say black men, because the majority of black men didn't have a good time with it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what I'm saying. We can't negate her experience and start trying to make them personal, because, and it's crazy. Monoliths came up yesterday. We're not monoliths. All men are not protectors. All men are not providers. We got to quit saying that this is what they do. That's how me and Mo met, because one of his friends kept saying, all men are this. All men ain't nothing. Every man is a man unto himself. Every woman is a woman unto herself. There are certain things that we all may do, but you can't look at us and tell who does what. You can't look at us and tell who like macaroni and cheese, who like hot dogs with relish versus who like. You can't look at us and tell that. And that's what we got to stop trying to do. So, like I say, when we hear it, even when we hear what we're doing to each other, you got to listen to every man's experience, and then know that that's his experience, whether we like it or not, and go from there. How can we make this better? How can I start talking to people so they'll know? It's like I say, the thing with female. There's some women who are okay with being called females. They agitate me too. It agitates me too when women call each other bro. But that's me. I ain't gonna make them stop. I tell you, it's like the word nigga. Once you say it to me, I take myself out of the conversation. I ain't gonna tell you to stop. I can remove me because I don't want to be called that. But you can say it, oh man, I ain't mean no harm, and I ain't taking it as no harm. I just remove myself because I don't like it. I ain't gonna tell you to stop doing it. It's what you do, it's what you're comfortable with. Be you, I'm gonna be me. Because I don't want nobody else to feel like they can say that to me and I'm cool with it. And that's all we get into. That's what
but when we
go ahead.
ADP, when we ask the question about them not feeling protected, then we need to get in depth as to what part of protection are the black men lacking in. Like I said, it may not be the physical protection. Like
that's right.
Like she said, it may be the emotional part. So we can't just say you don't feel protected protected. Why? Because everybody, we definitely got to figure out if it's self-implied.
But
you know,
but the thing,
you want to be all rah.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of relationship.
Somebody telling you to calm down.
But I don't want to talk relationship. I want to talk about in general. When we talk about relationship, that's something totally different. She don't respect. I'm sure Sharonda don't respect. No, but I'm saying, who else you expecting emotional attachment from? You don't expect emotional attachment from a guy standing at a corner. And that's what I'm saying. Just in general, when you walking down the street, which one would you choose? Not your boyfriend and his homies versus the cops. You just got 10 strangers on both sides of the street, 10 wearing uniforms, 10 black. Which side of the street are you going to feel safer on and why? And let's see why they say it. Why they don't feel comfortable. Say it again.
For me, if I'm walking down the street and I see 10 black men and 10 police, I'm gonna walk by the police.
Why?
Is it wrong?
I'm the opposite. I'm not walking by the police. Cause them motherfuckers scare me. They the one that damn people. Never mind. I'm walking down the aisle with the black people.
Oh man!
And I'm saying,
I'm gonna walk over there with the people that I called for help. See, but that's just a different. I guess that's just an opinion.
But
that's just an opinion. For me, I be like, I cross the street. I ain't got time for this.
Hey, Mark, man, if you cross the street,
I guess that's how I was raised.
Yeah, well.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to hear everybody's stories as to why they make that decision. That way, when I do these shows, very rarely do I tell you how I feel about something before I tell y'all what the information I'm getting, because I can feel a certain kind of way. But when people inboxing me and they saying this is how they feel, I gotta go with that, which is why I'm quick to do polls, because I want to see what the masses are saying, not what my friends are saying. Between these 3 pages, I get a lot of information, and I said this is what people are saying. I may not agree with it at all, but I can't argue with what they feel. And I said this is what they feel, this is what they see. This is how it is. When they stand up, and when you ask black women who supports them when they're trying to do something, that the common answer is other black women. Where are we? Where are we? You know, I had a guy tell me that I didn't like Sherry Barrett because I didn't like women. I was like, dude, where'd you hear that from? He's like, don't no man want a woman telling him what to do. I was like, dude, she just said, I ain't got no beef with her as long as she's competent. Hell, I don't want no retarded dude telling me what to do. So I don't understand what sex got to do with it. That's your thing that you want to put on me so you can make us be alike. I ain't never sat back and hell, I worked for plenty of women. Hell, my boss that the one I'm telling y'all about is a woman. I ain't got no beef for her. None whatsoever. But I ain't got the insecurity. But lots of us have them. I can say it ain't me. I can go and pick at Robert. And I pick at him all the time, but Robert got a platform. Guess who's on his platform? His show used to be just like mine. It used to be RL, and I forgot the name of it just that quick. But now Jen is on the show. So he's promoting Jenny. He's promoting Jimmy. So I can sit back here and comfortably say that Robert has no problem uplifting women because he's proven it through his platform. He's proven it. Yeah, I've been trying to get Sharonda on the show for a minute. She always too busy, but that's because she's doing shit. She can't get into Canada.
Let me tell y'all brother something, man.
That's because I'm what?
Women, Robert talking.
Women, particularly black women, are the strongest force on this earth. They're the strongest force on this earth. And black men, we have fallen weak. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We have let women down, particularly our women. We have let our women down, in my opinion. And until we look in the mirror and say, what have I done? What can I do to make this right? We're going to keep running in circles, man. We're going to keep blaming the women. We was put ahead of the women. Why we blaming women? We are the reason why women are doing the things they're doing. The things that we claim that they are doing that we don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? So we are the problem. Black men, we are the problem. And we got to look in the mirror. We got to look in the mirror, and everybody can say we're not a monolith. Everybody want the same thing. Who don't want to be loved? Who don't want to be cared for? Who don't want to be not disrespected? So we are a monolith because we all want the same things. We're not the same people, but we pretty much want the same things in life. You know what I'm saying? So
not everybody. Everybody don't want the same thing.
I don't know nobody who don't want to be loved. How many people you know don't want to be loved?
Everybody.
How many people you know don't want to be respected?
Not
You can't
everybody.
name too many. You can't name them on one. You can't name them on two fingers.
But here's the thing about respect, Robert. Some people don't care about respect, but the thing is,
Don't.
you may not respect me, but you will not disrespect me. So I don't care if you
Correct.
respect me or not. Just don't disrespect me. So you can't say everybody want respect.
Well, what's the opposite
I
of
just don't want to be
disrespect?
disrespected.
So, Mark, what's the opposite of disrespect then?
But you
But
can
it's
you can
different.
you
You
can
don't have to
you can
respect me.
no
You try to say it a different way, Mark, but you want respect, man.
I
Come
don't
on,
want
man.
respect because
I got to agree with Mark on this one because there's a line where you don't care one way or the other, and as long as that's where you at, we good. Because respect and disrespect are choices. You have the right not to make a choice. It's kind of like y'all ever see these quizzes on Facebook when somebody say, "Do you prefer A or B?" and people say, "Oh, I want both." No, you got a choice of A or B. You don't get both. Pick one. And a lot of people can't pick one. And that's the same thing with respect. Because I'm a fan. Don't be disrespectful. You don't have to like me. You don't have to talk to me, but don't be disrespectful. And that's a true thing because people say, oh, you're gonna respect me. You can't make me respect you. You can't. But I don't have to be disrespectful. I don't have to like Sharonda.
You said the
Why would I
same
call?
thing,
Why would I call
DVP?
Sharonda her name?
I
Now I'm
don't
going.
get what do y'all hear what y'all saying? You don't want to be disrespected. And the opposite of disrespect is respect. So what are y'all talking about, man?
Well, check this
So let
out.
me-
The
lot of
opposite of disrespect is shut your damn mouth. Like it's not respect. The opposite of disrespect is leave me the hell alone. Like that's it. Like it's not.
That's respect.
Nobody-
That's respect.
That's it.
They
That's not
respecting your-
respect.
they
It's not
respecting your-
respect if I'm looking past you.
they
It's not
respecting
respect
your
if I don't
wishes.
acknowledge you.
Rob,
There has to be some type of acknowledgement if there's respect.
In this part of the problem, we keep jumping out the windows to avoid the door.
Well,
You know
if it's
what
a
I'm
fire, then that's what you have to do sometimes. Jump out that damn window.
You know what I'm saying? We got a door right there. We
If
got to
the
jump
whole
out the
house
damn
on
window.
fire and I'm in the room, I'm gonna jump out the window.
So watch this, Robert. I was like my nieces, they don't call me uncle. And somebody say, you don't find that disrespectful? No, I don't. But to them, that's a sign of respect by saying uncle. To me, it's not a sign of disrespect, but they'll never call me something besides out of my name. That would be
Well, the
disrespectful.
same you can say the same about sir and ma'am. You have some people who say if you don't say yes sir, yes ma'am, that's disrespectful. Where me, I was raised as you don't say that to nobody because you're not a slave, you're not a servant. You don't have to yes sir, yes ma'am anyone. So it's really all about what you deem as however you want to be treated. So if you want somebody to call you yes sir, yes ma'am, and then you return that pleasantry. If you don't care, then you just don't care. It is what it is. Like it's really not. I don't think it's this complicated, to be honest.
And also to her Shara's point, there's another side to this too, because I got to a point in life where I will allow disrespect if it means me sacrificing my peace versus getting disrespected. I'll take the disrespect in some cases. So it just depends where you at. You know what I mean? It just depends where you at.
Yep.
True. I agree with you, Mo.
And
I hate to say it, but yeah, when you put it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna add this in. And it's kind of off, whatever, take it as it is. But for me, I'd rather be liked than to be loved. I'd rather be liked than to be loved.
Let me just stop
You
for a
handle
second.
people
Hold on, Sharonda. Kygo, I'm not sure what it is you doing or why you doing it, but what we don't do is we don't do that disrespect. You know, this a free show. Feel free to log your ass off. Because that's not even remotely comical or cute to me.
What's that?
Well, see, as we talking, this brother came on. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, this brother came on here being disrespectful. I don't know if he's a comedian and I missed something. Because Mo, I figured he was talking to you, so I figured he was your friend before I said something.
I don't even know that dude, man.
So,
Yes.
It's just somebody probably just spamming, man.
You can't see the chat.
Oh no, that ain't spam. That's
all
the
that
person.
is.
That's the person. But
Wait, what did I miss? I know I'm driving. I can't see that.
You can't see the chat.
yeah,
It's in
so
the chat.
you good because I don't need to unleash you. But Jared, it's not about everybody having to agree, because the thing is, we can't all agree on what disrespect is, because as Sharonda said, see, in my household, if you didn't say ma'am and sir, that was disrespectful. But it's kind of like when I grew up, you didn't call grown people something without calling them Mr. or Miss first. Now these kids will call you by your first name. See, so it ain't the same thing, everybody. You have to know what it is. And when somebody does it, before it can be truly disrespectful, you got to let them know, hey, I don't like that. That's why I say, when people use the N-word me, I don't take them as being disrespectful to me, because I've heard them use it in friendly tones and loving conversation. It's just not how I take it. So I remove me from the conversation, because I know they don't mean harm. I just don't like it. And I don't want them to change. But to me, it's disrespectful, even though I know they're not intentionally disrespecting me. It's how they talk. So I let them have that. And I just remove me, because I'm the one who's being offended at something that they do naturally. So we can't. Again, our word for the day is monolithic. We can't monolithically make something be disrespectful or respectful, because everybody has their own life experiences and where they rate things. So, and that's why we can't sit back and say that something is going to work for everybody. I know women who.
But what we can do.
I thought y'all were talking about respect in the sense of you in your personal space or something like. Call him,
well, that's boundaries. Those are boundaries, though. So I think when
I mean, you know, if you know my name, call me my name. You know.
Yeah.
You got 42 names.
And I answer to all of them.
Hell, I didn't know who you was. I had to look
because
back, I'm like,
because what you call me tells me the level of how you know me. So you call me Robert, but people in the hood don't call me Robert.
I actually called you Lamar till I found out you was Robert on Facebook. I never knew Robert.
That's my professional name. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sir.
You know? But it don't matter what you call me, as long as you know.
It's just, I mean, it gets
it's not something
when we get to
out of
that
the way.
conversation, we need.
Kygo, it may be time for you to just log off, because you're the one
when
who
we get to that
crying.
conversation about why.
Right, but that's the thing. If Robert does something and I think it is disrespect, I should have a conversation with Robert saying, hey, Robert, when you did this, this is how I felt. So Robert will know. And if it's something he does, we both know. So it ain't, because you can't be this. If you keeping it to yourself, that's just on you. You got to let people know what's going on, because it ain't nobody's job to figure out what's disrespectful, because they don't know. You know, Mark my dude. But if Mark don't like short jokes, we can't keep making short jokes, because that is being disrespectful after he tells us he don't like short jokes. But if somebody came in on the middle of the show and heard Mark and Joe going there, you think they didn't like each other. But we know that Mark and Joe like each other. But if you came in on, hell, if you catch me and Robert sometimes, you think we don't like each other, because Robert gonna talk a lot of trash. I'm gonna talk trash back. But if you notice, we don't ever start smiling. We keep doing it. So either we narcissists or we like each other, or to the random stranger, we being disrespectful to each other. But you can't define it for somebody else. They have to define it for themselves.
Some disrespect can be out of ignorance. If you just out of ignorance. Say like if I call the young lady on the show, I say, how you doing, cutie? She might not like that. But she would say, I don't like that, and I have to correct myself, and I have to stand corrected. So you know what I'm saying?
Because you didn't mean no harm.
I didn't mean no harm, but it's not what she would like. You know what I mean? So I have to stand corrected. So I have to take her correcting me on it, and you know what I'm saying?
Right. So and I'm saying, when we doing stuff, we have to listen to people's reason as opposed to trying to tell them why they should. Because even though Robert might have said cute out of just his normal behavior, once somebody tells them it offends them, then Robert has a duty to respond to that. Because now he's being disrespectful. He keep doing it, even if it's what he naturally does. Which is why I take myself out of conversations with the N-word being thrown around freely. It's me who's the problem now, because everybody else using it is okay with it. It's me. I know that they don't mean disrespect. The word is disrespectful to me, but that's my thing. So But you know, I had one guy who kept wanting to talk to me. I said, listen, T, if you want to keep talking to me, you can't keep doing this. Now, I don't mean no harm. I said, no, you don't. I said, that's the only reason I'm explaining this to you. But since you need me for something, I can't keep being your end. Man, where you from? Where you from? Everybody say that. You ain't got nothing to do with that. Do you want to do business or not? I said, as a matter of fact, don't even sweat it. Let me just let you go somewhere else.
I get you.
So that's what I'm saying. So when people tell us something, and right now we're talking about women, when women telling us why they feel devalued, why they feel unprotected, why they feel anything toward us as a group, we got to start understanding. Sharonda can sit there and tell me 20 things wrong with black men. She's not talking about me. She's talking about black men she's dealt with. She's telling me so I can pass this information on. I ain't taking none of this personal unless I know I do it. But if she's saying she don't like this, she's just giving me some of her life's examples of things that were done to her that she didn't like. And that's what we got to do. When I'm telling y'all stuff, when I listen to Robert and he shares stuff, Robert's scenarios are not about me. When Jenna tells stuff, she's not talking. Even though she may say men will do this and Robert, we can sit back and say what women do. We don't mean all of them because we ain't been around long. We're telling you our experiences. And it's just so if you're doing some of these things, it helps to know. So if you're doing some of them, sometimes we need to self-check because a lot of us were 80 babies. We graduated in the 80s. It was a different world when we graduated in the 80s. Robert, how old are you? How old are you, Robert?
I graduated in the 80s.
Okay. See, when me and Robert was in school, when we did the joning, it was no big deal. If you join now, you're bullying. It wasn't bullying for us. But everybody's so sensitive now, but they swear they're not sensitive. But if you ask me and Robert, this whole 21st century society is sensitive. You can't call people fat. You can't call them ugly. You can't call them big head. You can't call them retarded. You can't say midget. You can't say none of this stuff. We use these words like it wasn't.
We had one rule. Don't be talking about nobody's mama. You don't talk about my mama now.
What? Not if you wrote that school bus.
When we were joining DVP, we had a circle of people that we joined with.
Right.
So we join people outside of the circle, then yes, you're bullying.
It's all bullying.
So the kid that don't know how to join, no, because you still got these little pockets of people that talk trash to each other and still joining. But if you joining the kid that you know ain't gonna say nothing back, ain't gonna stand up for itself, then yeah, you bullying.
But Mark, have you noticed? If I hear it, I can go complain about it. Look at what sexual harassment says. I can say something to Sharonda, and another woman in the office can complain because she heard me saying something to Sharonda and she felt offended. That's what sexual harassment says. That's the craziest shit I ever heard.
That is true.
But that's what it say. I ain't even got to say nothing to them.
Crazy. I agree.
So, but you know, again, this is what have we learned as fellas? See, I was born in the 60s. I never shook women's hands until last year. We always hug, but now I can only hug people I know because now you got to be careful because women will feel some kind of way about that.
I had to catch myself doing that too, man.
But before
I go right in for the hug and I'd be like, hold on.
It's just what we did. I shake dudes' hands, but man, you hey,
you predators.
But you know, that's the 21st century. So we have to understand some of these things and we have to make adaptations. We don't mean no harm. Because man, I'm quick to say darling. But to a certain group, that's offensive. And I'm like, hey, you know, guys complain on Sharonda. Hey, she came to my desk, she was talking to me, she was leaning all over me, she had her breasts on my shoulder. I felt like she was she was just trying to look over your shoulder and point to something you were doing on the computer. But everybody
stop using me for an example.
What?
You got to pick on me. It's all good.
So when we're doing this,
that is the times that we are in.
Yeah, but that's why we gotta listen to what people are saying so we can adjust ourselves, so that we don't keep doing it. And you know, sometimes you just gotta readjust the company you're in. But sometimes some of these upgrades are good for us. But Joe, if you call people by their first name, and it's funny. I'm interviewing a guy, right? And it's gonna be Mark. I'm saying, hey, Mark, I'm Darren Bell, I work so and so. And he was like, yeah, my name is Mr. Williams. But he'll say, Darren, you can call me Mr. Williams. I said, what? And I had a 27-year-old guy kept telling me his name was Mr. Something, and he would keep calling me there. And I just kept looking at it. I said, "So the interview was over with." He said, "Am I hired?" I said, "Absolutely not. How in the hell are you gonna keep calling me by my first name, but you want me to call you Mr. Something?"
Wow.
Bro, I'm like, maybe I'm out of touch, but I don't know too many bosses who legitimately keep calling everybody Mr. or Miss. You know, and it's like, I ain't saying it don't happen, but dude, especially when you you feel the need to call me Darren, because I just say I'm Darren Bell. Whatever you call me is fine. Most people will start off calling me Mr. Bell, and I'm cool because we just there for 5 minutes. I ain't sweating. But he started off calling me Darren. And he's like, "You can call me Mr. Williams." I could.
But
I could just end this interview.
Yeah, put some respect on my name.
Yeah, I'm gonna put an unemployed. I'm gonna put a U out on his application. So
Hey,
yeah.
So check this out.
But look, when we had
you know you gotta let Mo go first, because Mo forget what he gonna say. You know you gotta let Mo go.
I got it written down. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I no, so I was gonna say.
I was gonna say that when we had this conversation. Go ahead, Mo. Go.
You got a little delay over there, Mark. I don't know what kind of internet you using, bro. Okay, so the thing is this. I was gonna say that, first time I went down south, it's crazy, man, because I didn't go down south until I was about 25. Right? First time I went down there, man. The first time every woman I met was calling me sweetie and hun. I was like, man, I love it down here, man. But that's
you talking about down south as in a location?
Yeah. Down south. Yeah. What are you talking about, man? What you talking about? Jesus Christ, man. This is child's related show, man. What you doing, man?
I didn't know, man.
Yo, what you doing, man? Listen.
But you know something else is called down south, man. So I know what I'm saying.
Robert, go to your corner. Go to your corner, Robert. We'll see you next show.
We got a woman on the show, man. Chill out, relax.
I thought you were saying
it on the show.
But you said the code word, so I'm trying to. You said
no. First time I went down. First time I visited down.
Okay.
Can I say that?
I get it. I'm sorry, man. I apologize, y'all.
All the women was calling me sweetie and hun, and I loved it because where I was from up north, you don't get that, right? I was like, man, I love this, man. But so I was just saying, it depends on where you are, where certain etiquette is okay and certain etiquette is not. But I was also by myself. If I was with my lady, I don't know how I would have felt about it. But it's just something I wanted to point out. That's all.
Where you from?
Northeast. Boston,
oh, okay.
Massachusetts, Connecticut area.
Yeah, okay. So
life is different below the Mason-Dixon line. So
as we bring the show back up to PG-13.
Yeah, come on. I'm sorry, man. I thought he was doing the code word.
You gotta come off from down bottom.
But I forgot he was up north, so he don't know that's a code word.
Robert, didn't nobody go there with you, Robert. That was a you, Robert.
And I'm over here, DVD.
Yeah, that's all you, Robert.
Yeah, I'm over thinking she told everybody.
I did not.
We don't. Shar, this is not normal, Shar. We don't do it. We don't do this, Shar. We don't do this.
See,
okay.
You see how she
so my thing is this.
Rob, we're gonna send you back to the comment section. You don't get to talk no more, Robert. You don't get to talk no more.
Okay, man. Yeah, carry on, man.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I got 3 emails from Mark and the Funky Bunch. Now they asked me how they turn into an X-rated show. This ain't that, Mark. I mean, Robert. And hey, but did y'all see how he tried to pull us into it? Talking about this a down south. I mean, no, bro. Everybody did the same thing. They covered their eyes. Everybody did the same thing.
Okay, you keep trying to stay here. Move on.
Y'all are mad.
So DVP.
Yes, sir.
When we is it that big of a delay for me?
Nah.
Cause I'm hardwired. Is it a delay?
Oh no, your mouth moving when I hear the sound when your mouth moves.
Okay, all right, cool. So when we had this conversation about black women not feeling protected by black men, can we either have some of the women on the show, or at least ask questions to say what part of protection are they are black men lacking in, instead of just I don't feel protected, and that's just the end of the conversation.
No,
Or
that's
end of
what
the
I said.
question. We got to figure out why or what parts they're not feeling.
When I make the
protected
post, I'm gonna ask them why. So for the ones that want to tell us, they can tell us.
Okay.
If they want to come to the show, I'm cool with that. But
Okay.
and that's why we have to be really careful because I've had people who, and that's why I have to pick certain guests who I've had guests who felt attacked. And one came on and did something crazy, so he should have felt attacked. And I was like, dude, that was you. You came on, you said something crazy. All right, we got our fearless leader back. Maybe he paid his internet bill. I don't know. He on Robert time. But anyway, but this is when we have to start doing these little things and paying attention because it's on us. And say we can't keep taking everything personal. We just got to listen to it and make adaptations and know who we're dealing with and knowing, hey, they just, when I tell people my experiences as a cop, oh, you did it, bro, I'm at work. These are not my personal people. I'm just telling you what happens out in the world. Most people go to work, they go home, they hang out with their friends. It's usually the same group both places. They go to work. It's the same group of people at work that they with 4 or 5 days a week. When they're at home, the same group of friends 3 or 4 days a week. As a cop, I didn't have the same group of people I was around every day. Usually every day I was surrounded with a new 30 people every day because I'm going to different places. So I'm getting a widespread thing of things. So I'm not telling y'all what's consistent. I'm seeing these little things. I'm doing these TPOs. I'm doing this other stuff. I see how people are who don't know me. They ain't got no reason to impress or unimpress me. So, and it's like, this is how you learn stuff. I mean, man, if y'all see my inbox sometimes, I don't know, my inbox don't probably look like Sharonda's, but people are just sharing information and want me to talk about stuff. And it's like, some of this stuff I never even thought about. So sometimes I just make a post based on what somebody said. I mean, I'm like, wow, I never knew this was an issue. I never knew that women were being violated by our friends. Because why would I know that? I don't have a sister. I didn't have that. But I'm listening to them, and I'm like, wow, that's why I had to do a show on it, because it caught me off guard when I had like 70 women inboxing me because they could relate to that. Go ahead, Sharon. I'm so tired of y'all raising y'all hand.
I'm being respectful. So
Yes.
you said something that kind of triggered a thought. Could it be that women who don't feel this safety from men, it's because they didn't get that safety from their parents? So you said that they were around people as a kid that their friends or uncles, whatever, might have said something, and the parents either didn't believe it or they didn't tell the parents. But I think that stems from something deeper, that they didn't get that safety, that protection from their father or any male figure, or their mother. And now it has festered. And now you look at the world and you're like, all Black men, are unsafe and things like that. Because I honestly, I can't relate to that. And my parents, so it's like, I just can't relate. And it's hard for me to really put into words like how women can come up with that conclusion. The only thing that makes sense to me is that you didn't have someone to protect you, because I had, outside of my parents, men who weren't related to me that I still felt safe with, that I knew would protect me as a child, So maybe that's where we are. I think maybe somebody need to go sit on the couch or something, because
but your circle was a whole lot stronger than most. And if we're being
agree,
if I were to profile you, and I can cheat because I know you a little bit, you're a little stronger than most, because if we sat down and dissected some of the things, you could say, based on some of your experiences, why you don't really want to mess with Black men. You just don't let that hold you back because you have good examples, so you can push.
Black men are beautiful. Like, God damn, look down. Like, shit.
Right. But
how did you not?
Right. But some people don't have a lot of good experiences. So if they only got 3 or 4, half of them are bad. They caught on a neutral place. They don't have what it takes, or they don't have a foundation who can lift them up past that and say, hey, don't let that be your only one. What's up, Sandra? And this is why we got to do it, because I've ran across some women who have, according to them, almost sworn off black men, because it's hard to find a really good one. It's easy to find a, but which ones are really good? Who don't, and it's funny what Kygo said, who don't cry and whine about what women will and won't do. The guys who cry, oh man, women don't never take me out on dates. Dude, I've dated a ton of women. I can say any woman that I truly dated has taken me out on dates. I can say they spent money. So I don't know who it is some of y'all dealing with, but I'm tired of all this crying and whine, because why would you pick a gold digger and think she's gonna take you out? She told you up front that she was high maintenance. So what I say, you meet a woman, you ask her out. She says, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out to dinner. You ask her again, I don't want to go out to dinner. Let me take you out. You're gonna call her one day and she's gonna be hungry. And she's gonna say, I told this joker twice, I'm not interested, but I'm hungry today. So then when you go out with her and she don't want to do nothing but go home, you mad. Oh, you just used me for a food date. But she done told you before she didn't want to go out with you, but you kept persisting. That's not on a food date. She took you up on the food date, because that's all she said she was gonna do. Now you whining and crying about the money you spent. That was on you. She gave you every clue you needed, but you believe you could wear her down, and you did. She agreed to go on a date to eat, and she left. Whose fault is that? It's his, but he gonna whine about it because we cry about that because you missed everything. So now she got to be all these different names because she did what she said. Joe, you ain't said nothing the whole show. You're making me nervous, sir. Give me something.
Man, I was listening to you, and I could listen. I'm gonna step on some people's toes right now. But let me say this.
Oh, say hey to Sharonda first. You ain't never met her, Joe.
Hello, Sharonda. How are you there? I have to agree.
Now, Joe, you know what happened when you step on toe? People react to it.
Well, you got to step back. That's all.
You don't step on my sneakers, man.
You got sneakers on. I'm coming for you.
I'm just messing with you, Joe.
Hey, no problem, brother. I'm waiting for little Mark because he's gonna say something. The little guy over there, he's gonna say something soon. But here's the numbers. Black men make up 37% of the prison population. We're only 13% of the overall population. We're the number one victims of homicide per capita. And by and large, we don't make up the educational populace. So when your daughter or your sister come home from school, from college, and you wonder why she's married to a white dude or a Hispanic dude, because ain't none of us in college. So then we add on into that mixture something that you two just said, and I completely agree. But look at the circumstances that we're in now. When most of us grew up, and some of you said that I got to piggyback on. When we grew up, two things you didn't do. You didn't sit on the front room couch. You didn't sit and talk with the adults when they came in. And you damn sure didn't call the adults by their first name. Now, you look at these kids today, and I refer back, and some of you heard me say this, but I'll say it again. Richard Pryor made a joke years ago. He said, when you got the baby calling the grandmama mama and the mama by her first name, you're going to have a problem. And damn if that ain't the case today. I am not my children's friend. My parents weren't my friends. And what you have now is you got grandparents the age the grandparents the age of their kids. I mean, anytime you got a 30-year-old talking about I'm a grandparent, what were you doing at the age of 15? Well, obviously something else. It certainly wasn't playing with that G.I. Joe and the Kung Fu grip. Well, maybe it was, but different kind. So if you put all these things into the pot, and we look at how our society is turning now, we look at the kids' mannerisms, look at the not even mannerisms, but when we talk about respect, what respect? Just today, not even 4 hours ago in the city of Chicago, in broad daylight, 4 knuckleheads, and it's I was going to send it to you, but I decided not to. 4 knuckleheads run up to a car and kill a pregnant girl and shoot up her boyfriend in broad daylight with submachine guns. I'll send you the video, but I don't know if you want to see it, but it's in broad daylight. Now, what happened to the time, and you all tell me if I'm wrong, what happened to a time when it was these? Now it's this. And it don't take this to do this. I mean, so we're looking at a whole generation. We're looking at as they say, a generation lost, actually 2 to 3 generations lost. We had the crack epidemic. And here, think about the sinister stuff about this. How is it that if it takes powder cocaine to make crack, but you get more time for crack than powder cocaine? Look at how we are. Again, we're not even going to talk about the ICE stuff. We're not even going to hit that. Look at the proportion of people killed in the last 4 years on what we call street stops. Who's getting killed? So, I mean, there's so many factors that play into this. For those of us who have kids, we have to give our kids a lesson about going out. Hey, listen, if they pull you over, you stop, you do what you got to do, because I can battle them in court. But the dead man ain't going to battle nobody. I don't want my kids dead where I got to go to the funeral home, because then it's going to be a real war. And there it is. So I'll be quiet.
I said it earlier that we are the black men, we are the problem. And me and Mo, we talked about this last night. You know, Mo brought up something about back in Martin Luther King them days, what they used to do, the bus boycott. I said, man, this is a different generation. And that's one thing we got to stop doing. We got to stop talking about what we used to do. These kids, I mean, how we used to do it is how we used to do it. Now, the question is, what are we going to do now? And okay. I think all too often, black men, we talk about problems all the time. When are we going to start healing? When are we going to start the healing process? That's what I'm interested in.
Okay.
We know what the problem is. We know kids are they doing this and that. They doing this and that. What are we going to do about it?
Okay, so let me answer that. I'm glad you asked that question. There's two, actually 3 steps to it. But the first thing, before you can heal, you got to know you got a problem.
Exactly what I'm saying, Mo. We know we got a problem. You just talked about the problem.
Hold on.
We talk about the problem all the time. When are we going to start fixing the problem? When are we going to start being scared and get out here and stop this?
Let me answer that. The problem.
I told you stepped on my sneakers, man.
Look, these are combat boots stepping on them little sneakers. Look, I hope they ain't the Payless kind, but because you about to get it. But or Converse. But let me say this and be very clear about this. While you and I, all the people on this board may know it, the problem is that the whole realm don't know it. There's the problem. See, you and I and all of us can sit here and have an intellectual debate. But you pull the average person and ask them the problem. Or better yet, I had a young brother tell me there's no such thing as racism. A black young man. So the problem does exist. The problem is not, because here's the thing. The Jews are not going to let you forget the Holocaust. See, the United States government is paying the state of Israel reparations. They gave the Native Americans reparations. We're even paying the Chinese for the internment. Now, of all these things, they have none outlasted slavery. And yet we want to talk about, here's again, and before you get wound up, but let me hear, I hope you feel my feet stomping on you a little bit. But the reality is our kids don't know our history. So problem 1, those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. You can't go anywhere in this country and not see something about the Holocaust somewhere every day. And your president is now wiping out wholesale history of black folks because it doesn't make.
It's not our history. It's not our history, though. That's not our history.
Oh, really? Oh, here we
It's
go.
not our history. But I'm gonna step back. Hold on. I gotta run in here real quick. But that's not our history.
Oh, okay.
So we were indigenous to this land, and I really don't understand why, as a people, we want to hold on to slavery so tight when this land was ours. We didn't come from Africa, and some folks may have, but when you realize and you research and you know that people from this land, from the islands, the West Indies, they came down there, took those people and sent them to Africa. They sent them to Liberia. Research that. Don't laugh. Don't
No, I
laugh
would-
because I've done my family's history,
Okay. Oh,
and
I would
they
love to have that
took us
conversation.
from Barbados
Some of
and
you did come
sent
from Barbados.
people to Africa.
Hold
So
on.
everyone did not come from Africa. And if you
Oh.
speak to some Africans, their verbal history tells them that their ancestors came from the West.
Well, here's what
We
I-
all didn't come from
Hold on,
Africa.
hold on,
So
hold on.
slavery
Hold on.
isn't, no, slavery is not
That's
our
BS.
history.
Oh my
Just
God.
like
Listen,
the Holocaust. No, y'all done went down this rabbit hole. I gotta go, I gotta do some work real quick.
look, go
But
get-
the
go- look, go
Holocaust
get
didn't
me.
even happen the way they told you it happened. So
What?
what's going on right now is that systems are being dismantled. The
Okay.
Smithsonian caught on fire. All of our history, all of the history of the Americas up in fucking flames because they knew we as the indigenous people of this land, we're powerful.
Okay, so
We're
let me ask you-
supreme.
So
I would
let me
even
ask
go
you-
and say we are superior. And why do you think all those churches
I
had
got
to be
something.
bombed?
Look,
All
I'll
of
go-
our
hold on,
history
let
is
me
in, I'm not, hold on. All
Let it
of
get
our
out, let it get out.
history was in those churches. And they bombed them and they got y'all thinking it's some racism, white supremacy shit. And it's not.
Okay.
That
So you don't think there were any
information was
slaves
in
in the
those
church?
churches. All of the, you talk about census and all that. No, that's why people don't know who they are and where they come from because they burnt it up.
So,
They
so your
knew.
people came from Liberia.
I never said that.
Oh, so your people went to Liberia.
I never said that.
Okay,
I
but you're
said they
indigenous.
took people from this land.
Okay,
They
okay.
took people from the islands and said, "Hey, we got this is proven.
Okay.
This is factual." They
I'm
said,
with you.
"Hey, the British went
Yes.
down and said, "Hey, we want the population of Liberia to go up." They took them from their land. They took them and put them over there. They didn't
And-
come from Africa.
So
They
Liberia.
didn't come from over there.
Okay, so let's use Liberia. If you say you did your research, wasn't Liberia allegedly, if you read the Lincoln papers, isn't that where Lincoln was sending or trying to
Why
send?
why would you even listen to Lincoln? Why would you believe? That's the problem. You guys read,
didn't even
y'all
listen.
read, and you read certain,
Wait.
certain things, but not all of it. You got to read between the lines. You got to see who wrote it.
Okay,
You got to
all right.
see who wrote
you
this
didn't-
stuff. The same
so-
people who told y'all the Holocaust occurred the
happen.
way it occurred is the same people that want to make y'all slaves so you can stay in this low vibrational energy. When you gotta raise your vibrations.
And I
when
think
you
what she's
do
saying,
that,
Okay.
what she's saying, everybody's writing our history but us.
Oh, I don't
Thank
disagree
you.
with that. Now
Thank you.
that I don't disagree with.
and you know who
However,
wrote the
I will
history?
disagree with-
You
No,
want to
no,
know
I
who
will
wrote the
disagree with-
history?
Well,
I ain't gonna say that, but yeah.
No, listen, we know that history is written mostly by the victors, and most of the time is never correct. I'll give you that. But to slave,
So how do you defend it?
Well,
You
I
can't
do it.
defend it then. You
Well,
can't defend it if
you're
you
like
know that
Victor.
it's not right.
But what you just said
The most
wasn't right.
asinine thing to say.
But what you just said was asinine.
Why would I defend somebody or a body of work
just
or a
did.
book if I know it's not right?
How about trying other books? Nobody said one book. I said read a lot of things. My
Okay.
information doesn't come from one book. It comes from a multitude of information.
Written by whom?
All kind of people, black folks, white folks, all kind of folks. So if
Means
you
what,
tell
though?
me that you believe certain things, I got no argument with that. However, if you want to fact check me, I'll be more than happy to go with you to that point. But to say that slavery didn't happen, that we are
It didn't.
foundational native to here,
We
is-
are.
we are not.
We are too. We very much are. We very much are.
I will say this. So you are then saying that slavery did not happen, or everybody was
Slavery did not happen the way that we were taught that it happened.
So how did it happen then?
I wasn't there, shit. But it wasn't what they put in the book. Hell.
So 1619, when they lived here, when they first came, it didn't happen that way, correct? Is that what you're saying?
We were already here. We are prisoners of war.
Okay, so, all right,
we are prisoners of war.
I would not disagree that there was like, hold on.
No, not black people, not black people. So you got to take that out. You got to take that out, not black people, because they have changed, and we've been black, we've been Negro, we've been mulatto, we've been Native, we've been this, we've been that. No other ethnicity has been changed. If you Italian, God damn it, you Italian from your great grandfather to now. We are the only group of people whose names we've been reclassified 50 million times. That should let you know that somebody is lying. That should let you know that you are greater than Kunta fucking Kinte.
Preach.
That's all we're boiled down to is some slaves. Okay. So if that's what y'all want to be, if y'all want, and people will continue to be that.
So you would be considered foundational or native?
No, I am indigenous. I am indigenous.
All right, cool. So in your indigenous thinking, that the people that look like you did not or were already here. So what happened to that group that did come in 1619 that was documented, that were dark in hue? Who were they?
Have you seen how many people were actually documented that came over here?
Oh yeah, Candace on. Yes, I got you. Oh yes,
I do that. Okay. Let me say this, y'all. Let me say this.
I'm just saying.
Let the indigenous people and the slave hook up together, and let's solve some problems. You know what I'm saying? Can we do it like that? You know what I mean? See, let's get back to the solutions. You know what I'm saying?
I'm there. Okay, but here, to her point, and she can disagree.
Oh, she put that stiletto heel in your feet.
You've got to know your history, whether you were Italian. But here's the thing: something she said, and I got to address that. Italians, Polish, Mexicans, whatever.
Mexicans, indigenous too. The real ones, and the Mexicans ain't really the Mexicans. The Mexicans, the real ones, is us. So.
Well, that's actually.
I'm just saying.
So, their first president, the one that stopped slavery, was a black man, but that's another story in itself. But I will say this: the issue of where they came from, who was here first, still mix into the overall scheme of things. But here's the point I was trying to make. All those people we just talked about, the Mexicans, the Italians, if some stuff jumps off, they still have one thing they have going that we don't. They're still white and they can still blend in. So if something happens, they can still go to their whatever they go. But I'm not sure how you classify yourself as me as a black man. I don't have that same option. And that's not.
Why don't you? Why don't you?
I think it's more black people in America than they say it is.
Can you travel outside this country? I don't think you're getting my argument. My argument is this.
Why would you travel outside of a country that is yours?
But that's not the issue. I'm saying that if you choose to, you should have if you choose to, you should be able to go anywhere in this country. That's not. Or outside this country. That's not the case.
We have that right, yes.
All right.
We do. We have that right. You have a lot of expats. You have a lot of people of color, black people, whatever you want to call them, that moved to Colombia, moved to Costa Rica. They moved to Spain. They moved to all of these people. There are communities there because we were all over this planet. We fit in anywhere. I've traveled the world. Where I go, I'm loved.
You're just a minority in America.
Exactly. We're loved. Like, People,
But color,
we're the only people who don't know our true power and know that we are God's people. We are the chosen ones. I've gone
we know
been
it.
in
We just afraid
Croatia.
now. We scared. The black men are scared now. They scared.
But don't be. Don't be
scared.
afraid. Don't be afraid.
We can sit here and point out problems all day long, but we ain't came up with not one solution. And me and Mo talked about this last night. Somebody told me somebody what his name Morgan Freeman said about Black History Month. But he didn't have no solution. What's the solution? What's the solution to our problems?
You know what the first thing every black man should do for himself, should do for his black sons, is heavily insure himself. If you're not heavily insured, I don't have nothing to say to you. And when I say heavily, I'm talking about you need to have at least $1 million on you. Because when it starts hitting people in the pockets, when you're killing black men, and now they family got to get $1 million insurance claim, yeah, they're gonna listen. But a lot of black men aren't insured. They might have a policy with their job, but that's it. What else are you doing?
Now,
go get $1 million policy.
To your point, do you tell them to get term or whole?
It depends on how old you are.
Why wouldn't you wouldn't it be better, again, if we're talking about solutions, the solution be whole or not term, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily, because if I have a 21-year-old son, okay, and my baby is he's not a street guy or nothing like that. But if you have a young man, you need to get him a term policy. That's $1 million. That's gonna cost him $25 a month. Why would you get a whole life?
Because
so it depends on your age. No, it depends on your age. If you at 60, yeah, get a whole life. Now $1 million gonna cost you the goddamn grip. But if at 60 you don't have insurance by now,
you're a fool.
What the hell we been doing?
You're a fool. No.
I'm just saying. What have we been doing? So there's your solution. Your solution comes from making people's pockets hurt. You want to F with me? Okay. Give me that money.
See, you see what I'm talking about? The black, I did not tell you how powerful black women are. One solution today, and it came from a black woman, the most powerful force on earth. And all we got to do, black men, is protect them and make sure that oh my God.
But and let me just stop you right there, because you said it, Robert, and Mark said it. Why do we keep picking and choosing which black women? Why do we only want to choose ours as opposed to ones who speak well, ones who represent something? Both of y'all have said y'all will only do it for your family members. And I'm gonna keep saying that's what we are.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
Oh, Robert, but we can go back.
I did.
Find the show I was on. Yes, you did. You said you only helping women who related to you.
I did say
no, I didn't. No,
yes,
I didn't. I did not say
it was
that.
on your show, Robert.
I gave praise to all black women.
I ain't say
praise.
I know one thing though.
I said, who would you protect? You said you only protecting women you related to.
Family and friends.
And I asked you, if your daughter was in her apartment and something was happening, do you want her neighbors not to do nothing? That was on your show, Robert.
I don't know. I don't know. You went in the archives and got that one.
No matter where I got it from, that's what you said.
You know more about my archives than I do, so I don't remember that one being in the archives.
I remember who say what when it comes to protecting black women. I ain't gonna never just say I'm gonna protect my crew. I'm gonna protect all of them who doing something good. I'm there for it. I'm there for it. They ain't gotta be mine. They ain't gotta be nothing to me other than doing something productive for us. And I'm there with them. Yeah. I ain't gotta be sleeping with them. They ain't gotta go to dinner with me. None of that.
Well, y'all all better protect me. Fuck y'all mean. Hell, I don't care. I don't care how many times I put y'all off.
You've been supposed to go for about 15 minutes.
He stepped on the toe. She couldn't go nowhere.
I want my toes stepped on. Because I wear steel toe boots to work. Okay.
But the thing is, like I agree, family and friends I will protect. everybody else gonna get a call to the police. That's it. Because I'm not.
Well,
I'm
look,
not,
y'all,
I'm not
I got to cut and run, man. I got to cut and run, man. I appreciate y'all in the conversation, man. Joe Mo, Mark, Shar,
Good to see you, RL.
Mo Trip, and Mr. DVP in the building.
Hey, as you tell me, next time bring Jenny. We want to hear what Jenny got to say.
Now, you want to hear what Jenny got to say?
Yeah, we do.
I wouldn't be able to talk.
Good.
One thing you ain't gonna do.
Stay PG.
I'm not falling for that trick. You're not gonna have me and my girl on the same show talking about. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna put me on the spot now.
Robert, I ain't saying you come. I said
you're gonna try to force me to disrespect her. That's what you're gonna try to do.
Robert, we don't want you. We want Jenny. We don't want you. So don't come. You go somewhere. Just put Jenny on. That's all.
I bring on, man.
You coming back at 7:45.
I bring on that week for real though.
All right, be good.
All right, brother.
All right, so we're gonna have to continue that one. And Joe, because I do want to address something that the guy said since we got 20 minutes. Did you see what a head coach got arrested at the basketball game down here at Morehouse?
No.
And
I did.
What was that about?
It's some missing information.
Well, he said something to one of the fans. Morehouse was playing. It was Morehouse playing Tuskegee, or was it Morris Brown?
Morehouse playing Tuskegee, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was an HBCU event.
It was Morehouse and Tuskegee.
And all of a sudden, here come one of these cops, and he in the coach's face, and next thing you know, he handcuffed him. They ain't put no charge on him. They ain't do nothing, and you know he's suing Morehouse now. So I'm assuming the police must be a Morehouse police. But yeah, at the end of the game, they just handcuffed him and took him off the court.
What school was this?
I'm gonna see if I can find a clip of it and send it to you.
All right.
And the reason I say it's some missing information because what they're not saying is what was the purpose of the handcuffs. You see him come have a conversation and then he's put in handcuffs. I want to know what was said.
But as we talk about police conduct, with the report is all we need. Whoever handcuffed it, because please believe it, there's a time when you get people out, but that wasn't it. The way it was done, what the police report say? What does his report say?
I think that was a horrible way.
That in the whole conversation.
Especially if they put him on charges. So from what I saw, and as a coach, speaking as a coach,
yeah,
even though I don't coach basketball, I coach football. You are not supposed to have spectators in the area where the game is being performed. So if it's football, they shouldn't be on the field. Basketball, they should not be on the court. And what they're saying is that football players came into the gymnasium and they were on the court.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. They're at that point, they're wrong. They shouldn't be on the court. They say that after the game was over, the football players was in the handshaking line, as if the football players that had nothing to do with basketball. After the basketball players shook the opposing team hand, now the football players are there, and that's where the head coach had an issue.
And he was arrested.
You have an issue,
wasn't he?
No, he wasn't arrested. He was taken off the court in handcuffs.
He wasn't arrested. He was escorted off the court in handcuffs.
What it looked like, what it looked like is that the officer was flexing for his school.
Well, let me say this. Remember this. If you put in handcuffs and in your mind, you're not free to leave, that effectively is an arrest.
Yeah. And he damn sure wasn't free to leave because the guy never walked up to him and said anything. And I've actually been at the game where a coach got arrested, but he was way too aggressive with the referee. And because he got mad, he looked at me and said, dude, you was wrong. I mean, yeah, the referee made a bad call, but you can't go up there and you can't run up to a referee and just push him. When you push them and they got security, you push them in front of the crowd. You can't push a referee, bro. I don't care. You can't, you can push another player, which to me is still assault, but you can get away with pushing another player in the heat of battle. You can't ever get away with pushing a referee. Because by rule, you can't even bump him. And the guy who pushed him, the coach is 6'4", 340, 350. The referee is 5'6", 150 pounds. You can't come on now. You can't push that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that article now. It says that it says exactly what Mark was saying, that the coach asked a police officer to remove the Morehouse football players in the handshake line.
Yeah.
How does that constitute an arrest?
Well, like I say, according to everything I said, he was never arrested.
He wasn't arrested. He was just put in handcuffs and escorted out the gym. So
Yeah,
I
but-
want to know, what was that conversation that he had with the police? Because they want to say that the police flexed his muscle. And I have a different opinion about police.
So
Go ahead,
look, sorry, Mark, but the civilian voice, when we say he wasn't arrested, he was just put in handcuffs. They ain't no just put in handcuffs.
Correct.
So let's just I'm a civilian voice now. So ain't no just put in handcuffs. That's traumatic for a lot of people. So he got put in handcuffs.
It is.
We need to just make sure it was justified. And in this case, it don't seem like it was. But
No,
anyway.
I agree with you. I mean,
It
again,
doesn't seem
according
like it was.
the Supreme Court has already said that if you have no freedom of movement, and as long as you believe that you're arrested, it don't care what the police say. The fact is
True.
that the point of arrest begins when the cuffs go on, because your movement is restricted just by very nature of handcuffs.
So one thing that happened is that Morehouse was fined by the conference, but they were fined for having spectators in the field of play. So they did get that fine. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure the interaction with the police and the coach, because from the quick news view, it wasn't much. So that's why I wonder what was said. But in that aspect, yeah, he should sue, and he probably is gonna win.
But see,
Because it wasn't an arrest, you know.
But it don't matter. And I told y'all this before. One of the things that the law dictates for us, and we ain't got no time to get into what the Fed's doing, is when a cop pulls you over to cut down on what your misconception may be, he's got to tell you exactly what he's doing and why. That's what I say. When you get pulled over by the troopers, they tell you the reason I stopped you is because you were doing this. They don't do what the police do and say, "Do you know why I stopped you?" Because do you know why I stopped you is actually is borderline illegal. But the troopers say, "Hey, the reason I pulled you over was that," they let you know that you committed a crime, and they go through the whole process, because the law says if you believe you're under arrest, you are, which is why it's important. So I tell everybody, police can't just stop you and not tell you why, because I want to talk to you is not a legal excuse. Because none of those are legal reasons. That's why I keep telling people, and me and Joe, we know this, but we're gonna tell you not to fight and be stupid. That's why I tell people record shit. But they can't, just because somebody got on a uniform and they tell you to come here or come do this, they got to give you a reason. And it's not obstruction. It's not nothing else if the reason ain't valid. Because I said so is not a legal reason. Because you look like somebody is not a legal reason. When I stopped the guy, when the store got robbed, I went up to him, I said, "Hey, sir, I'm so-and-so. There's a store that just got robbed and you look like the perpetrator. So what we're going to do, I'm going to handcuff you and I'm going to take you back to the store. If this guy said it ain't you, I'm gonna bring you right back here and drop you off. Hell, I'll even take you home. But you're not free to leave right now because you're in investigative detention, and this is what's gonna happen." So all this is recorded, so he know what we're doing, because the robbery happened, and he was like 3 minutes from where the store was. So this is all real time stuff. This ain't an hour and a half later. This is 3 minutes later. But you got to tell people. We have a duty to tell people what we're doing and why. That you have a right to know. We can't just say, "Oh, I'll let you know later." Because as long as you fighting legally, you're okay. Because I'm trying to do something they ain't told you why. It's not your job as a citizen to guess why I'm doing something. The first things I'm supposed to tell you is why I'm doing what I'm doing and what's going on.
And identify yourself.
Yeah, well, like I say, we real police have cars and uniforms and all this other BS. We don't just jump out unmarked vehicles. That's why I couldn't stand training day. But that's a whole nother subject. But and that's why I say, it's a lot of things people keep saying. It's like, just do what the cops tell you. And it's cute. But most cops will never tell you to just do what cops tell you. It's got to be legal, and there has to be justification for it. That's why there's not, what kind of immunity is it that we supposed to get, Joe?
Oh, yeah. Qualified.
That's why That's why we don't just get qualified immunity. Not only do we have to be acting under color law, we got to be acting in a legal way. Correct. If we're not, once you start doing a legal act, you lose all your qualified immunity, because that's why it's called qualified immunity. You have to qualify for it. So, when I tell you why and you refuse, now I can hit you with obstruction. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is why I'm stopping you. This is yada yada. It's a whole conversation. It's a whole conversation. Whatever Buddy was doing, our first response is officer presence, have a dialogue. If the coach is doing something wrong, officer should have said something to him. You watch the video, the coach ain't being aggressive. He ain't swinging at nobody. Even if he said a bad word, get your asses out of here. None of that is arrestable. Under the circumstances, none of that is arrestable.
No.
So what was going on? Right. So,
let me just add one thing about the qualified immunity.
Go ahead, sir.
And people get this confused, because there's a big move to get rid of qualified immunity. There's three things. First of all, qualified immunity only came about in the late 80s. The other thing is this: in order to get qualified immunity, the judge has to grant it, and you have to ask for it. So it's not automatically given.
Right, it ain't automatic.
So when you hear people talk, oh man, take qualified immunity, you can't take it because it's not automatically given. So you, in theory, that officer or officers, municipal, I won't talk about anybody else, are not necessarily deemed as being right in their actions. So for people to think that qualified immunity it's something that everyone has is absolutely wrong.
So qualified immunity is for the people or for the police?
It's for the police who are acting in a legal manner.
Under the color of law.
And I'm gonna give you an example because it almost happened today. So I'm in uniform, I'm at a place, and this kid walks in with a gun showing. Well, he still got it in his way, so technically it's hidden, but we're not even gonna get into that. And I'm watching him because, one, you shouldn't have a gun in the store, but I'm actually not working for the store. I'm actually working with somebody who's removing money. And when he's talking, he keeps touching his waistband. He looks at me, and I don't take it as a threat, but had I been one of them, every time you touch this gun, you're becoming a threat. It's got an extended clip, so that's illegal. And I was like, dude, you just want to get shot because you keep looking at me and then you keep rubbing your hand by your stomach. But you don't, in less than 3 minutes, you done touched that gun 6 times, because that's the reason I just took mine out the holster. Because I don't really know what your intent is. I don't know if you came here to rob the store and I just happened to be here. I said, but this is how we get shot, and everybody say, oh, he wasn't doing nothing. But you got an exposed gun with extended clip, and you keep touching and you keep looking at me. What do you think I should be thinking? There's no law that says I got to wait to get shot.
Did you tell him that? Or that's what you're thinking?
No, because when I pull my gun, I can say he kept touching it, and I'm like, Richard Pryor, I ain't gonna be the last brother to get shot. So because I know you got it, oh yeah, a gun in the hand beats a gun in the holster every day, every single day of the week. And you've already demonstrated it because you keep doing this. And I don't think you're doing it intentional, but I don't know. See, it's kind of like playing that slap game. You might just be trying to see what I'm gonna do. So I ain't gonna let you swing at me. Oh, you scared? I ain't scared, because the first time you jump me, I'm gonna pop you in the face because you already made the threatening gesture. When you ran your hand across that gun, that was a threatening gesture. So I just unsnap. I ain't pointing at him, but it's ready. It's ready. So when I walk, I say, hey, come here, and I need you to keep your hands on your chest. You're like, what I do? I say, because you keep running your hands by your waistband. If you put your hand by your waistband, I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be a nice thing. And I asked him, dude, why you doing all this? You know what I'm saying? You trying to get shot. You're trying to get shot. See, now, and we talking about, because right then, had I used force, he's done everything that I need to use force. Because why are you carrying a gun with extended clip? Again, that's a felony. The extended clip by itself is a felony. So, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all watching the show, know the extended clips are felonies. You don't even need a gun, just an extended clip in Georgia. I don't know what it's like in Chicago, but extended clips are illegal.
Extended clips and anything over 10 rounds.
Yeah, so they can only be carried by the military and police and law enforcement. So, but yeah, that's when you. What'd you say, babe?
I have a question. I mean, did we miss the part where it's a concealed carry? Like, no one should know that you're carrying if you are just a regular schmegular citizen.
Yeah, you missed the beginning. Because I said that was the biggest issue. I just know what I'm looking for. But then when his shirt came up, you could see, that's when you saw the extended clip. Because you got on sweatpants, so now it's pulling your pants down. You know, so you violate on and if I lock you up, you're gonna oh man, dude, you did this. Because the other dude in front of you got a gun on, but I just know it's a gun because I can see the imprint from outside the shirt because that's what I'm looking for. Yours, I see and I can identify. You got a Glock. I can't tell which model, but you got a Glock and you got the extended clip. So it's like, you know, sometimes we do stuff, but that would have been my qualified immunity. Had I had to use deadly force, I would have still been acting under color law because he was already breaking the law.
Correct.
And that's all I'm just trying to explain. I'm just trying to explain how qualified immunity works because I still got to be doing something. I got to be in my legal position. I'm there legally. I got everything I need to do. I just happen not to be trigger happy. But
extended clips are illegal. I heard both of y'all say that. But then Mo, you said anything over 10 rounds. Was that the extended clip with more than 10 rounds or just the regular clip with more than 10 rounds?
It's both. So they've got you coming and going in the state of Illinois. So if you I do a lot of shooting, so I can say it, I don't care. So I have extended magazines for my shooting. Technically, I'm violating the law. It also says if you have more than 10 rounds. Now, there's certain weapons. Most of the automatics right now come with more than 10 rounds. And that's why they won't sell them in Illinois. Or they call it, what they do is they call it pinning. They put a, next time you're here, I'll show you how they pin mine. It holds 10. So here's the thing. So when they go to charge, let's move this up to say the person, let's say in DV's case, the guy gets arrested, just for argument's sake. They could, in theory, add charges for him having an extended magazine. So that becomes an aggravating factor. So in the state of Georgia and in the state of Illinois, even though the gun charge in and of itself, if he's concealed carry, but he gets caught doing something illegal, they can add that as a separate charge into the charging sheets.
Okay. Well, check the comments. It's a message in the comments that I want to know if that's correct. If y'all are aware of it.
Let's see.
That's called the constitutional carry. Yeah, and a lot of, but again, the problem is even with the constitutional carry, the state, let's say Georgia and even Illinois doesn't have constitutional carry. In Georgia, constitutional carry says you are a citizen of the United States, you're a resident of Georgia. Under our law, anyone can carry a weapon. Boom, without a permit. In Illinois, the permitting process includes what's called getting a FOID card, firearms identification card. So you've got to have this card in order to purchase a weapon. In Georgia, not so. So anyone in Georgia can carry a weapon.
And
no training.
And I see what you're saying.
More so, what about the magazine size?
That still applies. That's still applicable. Even though you can carry a weapon, all the other laws still apply. So you still got to, even though constitutional carry, you still got to abide by the law.
And Joe, tell me, because as far as I know, what about New York? Because even cops on duty won't carry guns in New York. New York don't play none of that.
Now, New York started in the late 70s, early 80s. All guns were banned. In fact, there's 2 football players that went down for 3 years right off the bat. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the names. One guy dropped his gun in a disco and shot himself.
Yeah, that's when they played. That's the tall dude that played for the Giants. Plaxico Burress.
Yeah, Plaxico Burress. Yeah, now New York doesn't play. They don't care.
Officers don't carry.
3 years off the bat. Oof.
New Jersey is the same too, right?
I'm not familiar with Jersey.
Yeah, New York, New Jersey, Chicago are places I never carry.
So Millionaire McMath, I would tell you to check the state. Don't trust Google with that one because there are places like state.
Definitely.
Even when I was traveling and I was working, when we went to New York, I didn't even put my gun on the plane. Well, I took it to California, I took it to DC, I took it to Baltimore. New York ain't even worth the house. It ain't even worth the house. Like I said, when the cops tell you they don't carry off duty, that's a clue. That's a clue.
I did some bodyguard work, and we had to go up to New York and sat in city council. I had to get checked. I got checked by TSA, NY Airport, NYPD, their rail police, and then even their state police. I had to get background checks, and I'm on bodyguard detail.
Yeah.
And still I had to go get a little card that said he's permitted to carry today, you know. So
we did one extradition, and it's a shitload of paperwork to do an extradition. And we're doing this as cops. We're taking the guy back to New York for New York. It's like, you know what? If y'all just meet us at the airport, we can avoid. We don't even want to play. We don't want to go no further than this. Just cause.
Well, listen. Here's one for you. True story.
And in Georgia, the governor made everything legal because the governor just made everything legal. That's why they had them 2 school shootings.
But here's the thing. So I'm doing this bodyguard. I'm doing extradition from DC. I had to get permission. Now I'm armed to the teeth, got a prisoner cuffed up. We're the first one on the plane, and we had to board first. We had to cuff him in the front. He couldn't sit with hands behind his back because even though he's a murderer, the captain had to give us permission to carry our weapons on that plane. You cannot. It is not automatically given.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay.
Because once you're on the plane, the captain of that plane is God.
Yes, he is. He's like, it's his ship for all intents and purposes.
It's his world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
get quiet now.
It's 7:57. We done have a lively show. So I'm glad y'all met. Sharonda. She you know when she can, she's gonna be our female Spice Girl and bring a little heat. Because you know we're not trying to be passive, so we don't get along. We don't go along to get along. We're gonna speak our piece, and we're gonna have intelligent debate, dialogue, and disagreements, and we're gonna enlighten each other. Everybody got something to bring to the table. Do a little research and go from there. Don't ever let somebody tell you something that they can't back up. That's our motto. We're gonna have uncomfortable conversations, but it ain't all about agreeing. I'm sorry for what happened last week because we did do a show last week, but everything went down. So it was just the 3 of us. So it was more of a rap session where they was misbehaving. But so what we gonna do? Sharonda, you still here? You got some parting words for us? You got some parting words for us?
You know, I love people, okay? And I just went into a store. I do. I went into a store and these 4 big, tall YN type. Now I'm in Canada, okay? So they really not YNs, but they could be some YNs, you know? And they held the door open for me. And I thought that was the most kind thing that a man can do for a woman. Somebody that you don't know, something as simple as opening up or holding a door for a lady. And I think that's where we start that healing, you know, doing simple random acts of kindness with nothing, you know, wanting nothing in return. Just those simple things. And women can feel safe and men will feel like, you know, reciprocating and all of those things. So let's heal and be wonderful people to one another.
What you got for me, Mark?
Hold on 1 second for me. Let Mo go.
What you got for me, Mo?
Oh, okay. So I want to do a quick cookout discussion fire round. It's gonna be real quick now. Everybody got to vote though. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is how I'm parting. This is my parting shot today. So here's a cookout discussion. I'm gonna ask a question. Y'all vote. Y'all say whether they invited to the cookout or not invited. We're gonna start with DVP, Joe, Mo, Mark, and then Char. Okay.
Put your thumbs up. Have your thumbs ready so we can vote up or down.
Y'all ready? Candace Owens, conservative political commentator,
Okay.
outspoken against Black Lives Matter for downplaying the effects of systemic racism, defender of Charlie Kirk's legacy. Mark says she's at the cookout. God damn it, Mark. How you do that?
Mark thinks she
I
fine.
agree.
like
I
that.
agree. She's at the cookout, but at the same time, she's a tether. So
That's even.
she's
We
at the
got 2
cookout.
and 2. Got 2 and 2. Okay. Raven Simone stated that she does not identify as a Black American. 2 out.
But you
1
know
in.
who you are.
Mark, what you got, Mark? 3 in, 1 out.
My thumb
All
up.
right. Raven can't come to the cookout. God damn it. All right, Lil Wayne claims he never experienced racism, downplays the significance of Black Lives Matter movement. DVP saying, "Oh, we got it in. Oh my goodness, Lil Wayne is at the cookout, boy."
Hey man, hey, Lil Wayne is a beast, bro. Lil Wayne is a beast.
Lil Wayne will always come to the cookout. Okay.
All right, Morgan Freeman claims that discussing racism only perpetuates it.
I agree.
At the cookout.
Obama was the most decisive president.
What you got, Joe? At the cookout. What you got, Joe?
I'm done. I ain't coming. Shit.
The real question was who making the potato salad. That'll determine everything because a lot of things ain't coming.
Yeah.
Hey,
knowing
knowing
you, listen, knowing you all.
have a little fun.
Look, man, knowing those
fun
cats, they all gonna have potato salad with raisins in it. So I ain't
Yeah.
coming.
That's okay.
Well, I go. Hey, look, my parting words is excellent show. I enjoyed it. I learned something. Like every week, I learned something. Sharonda, definitely appreciate you coming with different energy. And anybody that'll go toe to toe with Mo is a friend of mine. I mean, Joe Mo is a friend of mine. So I appreciate you being here. And it was good dialect, respectful and good dialect between y'all two. So I appreciate it. 2 thumbs up.
What you got for me, Joe?
I enjoyed it.
Listen,
What you got
great
for me,
show.
Joe?
Had a good time. I enjoyed Sharp.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say the same thing. If y'all got something y'all want to talk about, inbox one of us. If I don't know it, I'll find somebody. We'll have some guests on here. Hopefully, I got a pretty stable crew, so because some days I still might not be able to make it, but I got faith in my misfits. I ain't got banned for too long yet, so we're gonna keep Robert off because he made sure X-rated. But I just want to thank Sharonda for taking time out of her run to join us. But we're gonna try to keep. We need some female energy to keep us focused because sometimes it's a little too much testosterone up in here. So we need a little heat. Sharonda she ain't gonna just pacify us. I'm trying to get Shay to come along, but she like to be silent and just from the cheap seats. But if y'all got something y'all want us to talk about, let us know. We're gonna be here most Wednesdays from 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time, and we're gonna do uncomfortable conversations. We're gonna have a little fun. Hopefully y'all learn something. Hopefully have fun in the dialogue. So until next week, y'all know what it is, right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Mark, you're still a little short, dude.